What is up, everybody? I'm Kevin Coleman with Footballguys, and we're back. I'm back on the channel, and the last video that we did, we looked at a dynasty mock, and we did kind of an analyst mock. And for this one, we're going to be doing a rookie mock draft. And I know the combine's this week, but I think it's important to kind of go over where values are right now. And we did a crowdsourced rookie mock. So what we're looking at is regular people, just like you and me, and no analysts, just normal guys out here just drafting, and women just drafting and looking for where the value's at. And I think it's important to get just those type of people, because those are the people we play leagues with, right? Most analysts we don't necessarily play in leagues with. So we're going to dive into a rookie mock, looking at kind of values. We're going to be going over some sleepers of the class, guys you should be watching for the combine, all of the above. So hang in here, hit that like and subscribe button while the intro video is going, and we appreciate you guys here at Footballguys. All right, let's dive into it. So we are going to go through round by round. So what I did is I did a 4-round rookie mock, and it's superflex. And we just looked in tight end premium. So tight end premium is, if you don't know what that is, it just gives you a little bit bonuses to the tight end position out there. Overall, it's a pretty good format. It's a cool format in terms of just like what you could expect if you have a little bit of extra on the tight end range. Now, let's go into the round one. So I'm going to go over a few things. So you can see through 12 picks here up at the top, like where everybody went. But I want to also be clear, because there are some analysts out here that talk about how they don't necessarily see the value in drafting and mock drafting before the draft. And I don't think that's right, because we all have rookie picks. We all have rookie picks that we value, right? So when you're looking over the rookie picks that we value, you need to know what people expect from those picks to get the value that they get. And then we can find out where we can kind of manipulate and see where we can extract value from, right? You need to know that right now, Anthony Richardson is going as quarterback 3 at the 105. If you know that, if you know maybe people expect him to go top 5, and you think that he is the biggest risk, I have down, he is the biggest risk right there, you can extract that value and say someone might love Anthony Richardson. You need to know your league mates. I've told you guys that on the channel before. Know your league mates. And if you know someone's going to go after him, Anthony Richardson went as high as 102 in the league, right? So in a rookie mock. So if he goes at that 105 range, you can extract that value. You can use that 105 pick and say, hey, Anthony might be here, or the tier is at 105, and you can get more in a trade to go get a veteran to go win your league. So that's where I think the importance of rookie mocks are right now, because even if you don't play in a Devy or where you already have these guys rostered, if you have picks, use this to your advantage. See where the leverage is. See where the tiers are. So we're going to go through that too. So like you see on the board, Bijan's pretty much going on 101 no matter what. Then you have CJ. Then you have Bryce, right? That's really kind of how it's set up. CJ going ahead of Bryce a little bit because of the size concerns. Then you have Gibbs. That's the tier, right? So when we're thinking tiers, 101 to 104 is a tier. 101 itself is there. And to give you guys an idea of what the 101's going for right now, the 101 in a one quarterback league went for the 102 and Treylon Burks for the 101, which I don't hate, because, hey, you're going to go get him. It's team dependent, right? So when you're thinking of value right now, 101's there. Then you have the 2 quarterbacks, and we're going to get that shaken out here. Then Gibbs goes next. So that's kind of your break. Then 105 is a big question mark. Some are taking Anthony Richardson here. Some are taking JSN. Some don't like the wide receivers at all, right? So when you're looking at where you're going to trade back, where do you want to kind of extract value? Where do you want to move that pick? 105 seems to be the tier. 105 is okay, if someone loves JSN, they might give you a lot to go up and get it. If someone likes Anthony Richardson, they might give up there. Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison, as you see on the board, right? So there are areas there. I think the best value on the board is still JSN. I think he could be the wide receiver 1 in terms of this class. If you're getting him at 106 as compared to where we've had to get wide receiver 1s in the past, I like where that is at that 106 mark. 104 maybe, 105 maybe, depending on where it's at. So to me, the best value in this area was JSN. There's some other ones, but the biggest risk is Anthony Richardson. And I'm going to tell I tell everybody, if you're drafting in a draft pre-NFL draft, Richardson is the biggest risk you can take. And if you like risk aversion, you're going to go grab it. I understand it, but he is a risk right now, right? Now, after that, you have Quentin Johnson, 107, Jordan Addison, and then you have a tier break. So after the 108, there's another tier. So when we're thinking tiers and where are the tiers at, 108 is the tier. Then you get into Zach Evans, who has a lot of question marks right now. That's the highest I've seen Zach go in a while. He usually goes in the second round. He's not going to run at the combine, so we're not going to see him there. Zach Evans could be fall himself into the value range in that second round, but right now he's going about that 109. Charbonnet 110, and there's no consensus running back 3. So the other thing about this, there's really no consensus running back 3. So if a team is looking for a running back, they need to get in that top 5. And if they don't get in the top 5, they're probably going to consensus thinking right now is that they're not going to get a guy that's going to be like a league maker, right? A league winner at that area. So use that to your advantage. Okay. Then you have Michael Mayer, first time in tight end premium. You see him at the 111. We're going to talk about that next. Will Levis, if he's going to go to top 10 draft capital, if you can get him at the 112 in a super flex league, that's actually pretty good value too. I could have put him up there, but I didn't. So that's the first round. That's how it looks. And you see there, you'll see me. I took Jordan Addison. I feel like you're going to take one of those 3 wide receivers at the 108 if you wait and you just take that pick. Now, let's go into round 2 and kind of look at what round 2 looks like. So then we have Kayshon Boutte in the next one, and then Josh Downs, which I think was a good pick. I almost put that as my value pick there. Jalen Hyatt at the 203, Zay Flowers, Tank Bigsby at the 205, Devin Chain at the 206, and then Dalton Kincaid. So I'm going to stop it there at the 207. I think the best value in this could be Kincaid. He's getting top 15 buzz. He's getting tight end 1 buzz. And in tight end premium, if you could do that at the 207, that's a hell of a grab. Like when you're looking at just the value and where it's at, 207, hit it on the head. Go look at the rookie guide. I talked about Dalton. I think it could be the best pure receiver in this class. Top 8 dynasty tight end already. And if we're thinking Mayer is going to be top 5, if Kincaid gets better draft capital, you're getting a top 5 dynasty asset at the 207. I mean, that's value, right? Now, if you look at sleepers, to me, Tank Bigsby is going to fall in that category at the 205. Like in that area, I don't hate taking a shot on Bigsby with what he can be. He's getting mocked to a bunch of different places. He's been recently getting mocked to the Cowboys if they move on from Zeke and they franchise Tony. So when you're looking at it like that, don't hate that. I think that's a sleeper there. I talked about him on Alfredo Brown's show on this channel at Footballguys. And I said, hey, you know what? He does everything pretty well. And we complimented Josh Jacobs in terms of the rookie guide, what he could be if he hits his ceiling. And I think that's a good fair comp, right? So I think that's the sleeper there. You're going to see those wide receivers kind of go early in this one. Usually it's running back. So that was a little bit different than the mock. Now, if you see Tucker there, I didn't love that pick, and Miller. And then you have Tyjae Spears, who's going a little higher now. He was usually going to the 3rd round. You see him there at the 210. Israel Bonaconda, and then Cedric Tillman. So you're looking at there. Now, if I'm going to identify tiers, because I want to identify tiers for you, you're looking at basically, I think after Kincaid, there's a tier. So you're thinking like what you just saw in the last round, right? We have Levis there. Then you go down to Boutte, question marks, Downs. Can he kind of be that thing that the next level is just a slot guy? He's probably just a slot guy, right? Hyatt, tons of question marks there. Zay Flowers, he looks good. He put on weight, question marks, right? Then you have Tank. What is he going to test like? What's his draft capital going to be? Devin, what is he going to weigh in at, right? Kincaid is probably the safest pick of the 2nd round right now. Kendra, what is he going to run at? Tucker, what's his outlook going to be? So right now, when you're looking at it, the safest pick in this is Kincaid. So when I'm looking at the tiers right now, it's 207 or wherever Kincaid goes. And then you're kind of probably getting to some, oh my gosh, where's that at? And then it's pick of the running back. So you see that value. However, if I'm you, there is still value to be had at 205, 206, 207, 208 in trades. So if you're out there and someone's kind of not valuing those mid-2nd round picks, this is a good time to go scoop them up and try to kind of collect value. Like people keep asking me deals like, hey, this deal for this deal. Get a second. Plug something in. Try to get some value there because there's value to be had there, right? Now, let's look at the 3rd round and we'll bounce through that. When you look at the 3rd, you got Marvin Mims here. You have Hendon Hooker, Roshan Johnson, Rashee Rice, Luke Musgrave, Eric Gray. And then you got Chase Brown, Darnell Washington, Parker Washington, Dwayne McBride, Nathaniel Dell, and McIntosh. Now, I will say this: Nathaniel Dell going in the 3rd is new. Usually he's going around in the 4th, but he was he's the love guy right now. He's a sleeper guy. To me, the best value in this one's Eric Gray. He could be a 3-down guy, and if you're going to get Eric Gray, like again, when you're looking at 306. That's a great value, right? So the value to me, I have a feeling like when you're looking at these running backs in this area, you might want to take a shot at one of these wide receivers. We'll talk about Mims. This could be the area where you make sure you go grab a running back, right? I took Darnell Washington and tight end premium in the 3rd round. I don't love Darnell's receiving profile, but I feel like in tight end premium, this would be not a bad shot depending on where he lands. I'm going to, mention Marvin Mims. I think Marvin Mims could be discount Zay Flowers. So Zay's going in the early 2nd, like we just saw. Mims pretty much profiles analytically and everything with Flowers, and he's early to Claire. So like Mims, I think is a guy that's going to kind of potentially get a little bit better, but also like just value wise, you can get him a little later, right? And that's what we're always looking for. Like, what could you grab? So you could have grabbed a running back in that spot, like if a Tank or whatever those guys gets better draft capital, and then go around and get Mims, who maybe discount Flowers in terms of what he can do and produce, and then you're excited about it, right? And that's kind of how I look at this round. This round's got a lot of landmines in it, but I do like the Rashawn Johnson pick too. Hendon Hooker's going around that category for people that, hey, aren't afraid of the age. But this is kind of what I look like. And I didn't mean to make it a sooner duo there, but that's how it looks. Now, let's go to the fourth round, and we'll get you out of here. So fourth round, they're all like, hey, these things don't really pan out very much when you think of assets. But you have Xavier Hutchinson, Mo Ibrahim, Dontavian Wicks, Deuce Vaughn. Then you have Raheem Jarrett, Tucker Kraft, Puka Nacua. Puka's my guy. I really like Puka. Then you have Trey Palmer, who I like grabbing here because of just athleticism in there. Sam Laporta, I think, is a good value, though. And tight end premium, he's getting top 2-round buzz, right? Top 50-round pick in terms of the draft, top 50 picks. If he goes in that area, he's not going to the fourth. So to me, that's good value there. Really produced well. Go check out the rookie guide. I kind of did a breakdown on him, but did a really good job of producing at Iowa in a really bad passing offense, and he elevated his game. Then you have Durham, who's might be getting mocks of the Cowboys a little bit. Then you have Tyler Scott. You're going to have these guys. And then Jaden Reed. I think Jaden Reed's a potential sleeper because he's going undrafted a lot. I've talked about him on Alfredo's show too recently, but Jaden Reed is a guy that can come out and he can, he's going to be able to play special teams. He's going to get on the field. He can play on the outside and in the slot. He's got the size. I love his size, what he weighed in at 191 at the Senior Bowl, which is something that was unheard of. I didn't think he was going to get there. If he does that and runs well at the combine, he's a sleeper. He's a guy to kind of keep your eye on as you go through. Now, I want to show you kind of the end of it so you can kind of look how the tiers go. Like I talked about, find the tiers, extract the value in your rookie drafts. Like that is the goal here, and extract the value right now with your rookie picks, right? Like if you go through and can find kind of where that value is at, maybe Kincaid, you see him getting less value. If you can get him into those mid-seconds, imagine getting Kincaid there. And again, if this is tight end premium, Downs going in that early second, like there's a lot of value to be had. There's a lot of tiers to be had. What team is your favorite? Let me know. Looking here of this mock draft, like what team would you like to come away with? I'll be honest, I don't really love my team in this mock. But when you're looking at it, like overall, if I had to pick my favorite, I really like what Bubba Puck did in the first pick. Bijan, Boutte, Mims, and Hutchinson. Target getters, right? If those guys all pan out, you're talking about target getters and the best player in the draft. If I want to look later, I do like what the 10th pick, the 110. You have Charbonnet, Spears, McBride, guys that could produce at the running back position, take a shot on that tight end in Durham who's shown that he can catch balls and be good in college. And so you're looking for that. So let me know in the comments, who do you think is the best team? What do you have there? So I appreciate you guys. As always, thank you for tuning in to Football Guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know how we're doing in the comments, and we're here to help you guys win your leagues. Go check out the rookie guide. Me, Jeff Bell, and Christian Williams kind of dived into that. The version 2.0, if you have a subscription, is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. We appreciate you guys. Check you guys next time.